Which infantry weapons caused the most death and destruction in World War II? In this video series, we count down the top 10 deadliest firearms from the bloodiest fronts in history. We start at number 10 and move toward the absolute deadliest weapon at the top. Follow the channel so you don't miss any part of this dark journey into battlefield history. Let's begin with number 10. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 10. MP40. Part 2. How much damage did it cause? Historians estimate it claimed tens of thousands of lives. It was the symbol of blitzkrieg, devastating in brutal urban warfare like Stalingrad, where combat was fought room by room. Enemies with slow bolt-action rifles were completely overwhelmed. This weapon forced global superpowers to adopt rapid automatic fire. Next up, No. 9. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 10. MP40. Part 2. How much damage did it cause? Historians estimate it claimed tens of thousands of lives. It was the symbol of blitzkrieg, devastating in brutal urban warfare like Stalingrad, where combat was fought room by room. Enemies with slow bolt-action rifles were completely overwhelmed. This weapon forced global superpowers to adopt rapid automatic fire. Next up, No. 9. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 9. Browning M19. 19. Part 1. This American air-cooled machine gun was the backbone of U.S. firepower, with over 430,000 units produced. Firing the powerful .326 round from canvas belts, it was incredibly reliable and versatile. It was mounted on almost every American tank, jeep, and defensive position throughout the entire war, proving itself in any environment. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 9. Browning M19. 19. Part 2. This weapon is estimated to have claimed tens of thousands of lives on all fronts. Its most devastating impact was in the Pacific, on islands like Guadalcanal. During fanatical Japanese banzai charges, U.S. troops held the line with these guns. A single M1919 could wipe out hundreds of attackers in a single night, stopping entire regiments. Next up, No. 8. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 8. German MG34. Part 1. This was the world's first true general-purpose machine gun. It could be used as a light weapon on a bipod or a heavy weapon on a tripod. Firing at an impressive 800 to 900 rounds per minute, it represented German engineering at its finest. However, it was expensive and slow to produce, which eventually became a massive problem for Germany. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 8. MG34. Part 2. This weapon is estimated to have claimed tens of thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of lives. It caused devastating casualties during the early blitzkrieg years in Poland and France. While highly accurate, it was mechanically too complex and sensitive to battlefield mud and snow. This vulnerability led to the creation of the famous MG42. Next up, No. 7. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 7. British Lee Enfield Rifle. Part 1. This bolt-action workhorse served across the British Empire. From Europe to the jungles of Burma, its biggest advantage over other rifles was its double capacity, 10-round magazine. Additionally, its clever cock-and-closing bolt mechanism allowed soldiers to cycle the weapon with incredible, smooth speed in the heat of battle. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 7. Lee Enfield. Part 2. This weapon claimed an estimated 200,000 to 350,000 lives during the war. Well-trained British troops fired so rapidly it created a mad minute of fire, often making enemies believe they were facing a machine gun. It was unstoppable in both North African desert sand and European mud, earning its place as a legendary firearm. Next up, No. 6. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 6. American M1 Garand. Part 1. This was the world's first widely issued semi-automatic rifle. It gave American troops a massive firepower advantage because they didn't have to manually cycle a bolt action after every shot. It fired from an 8-round clip and became legendary for its distinctive metallic ping sound, which echoed as the empty clip automatically ejected from the rifle. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 6. M1 Garand. Part 2. This rifle is estimated to have claimed 200,000 to 400,000 lives across Europe and the Pacific. General Patton famously called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. Its rapid semi-automatic fire and rugged reliability allowed U.S. infantry to overwhelm Axis defensive positions, shifting the balance of power on the ground. Next up, No. 5. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 5. Japanese Arisaka Rifle. Part 1. This bolt-action firearm was the standard infantry weapon of the Imperial Japanese Army. It was famous for its incredibly strong bolt action and its extreme length. The Type 99 model even featured unique folding anti-aircraft wings on the rear sight to help soldiers shoot at low-flying enemy planes, though it was rarely effective in combat. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 5. Arisaka. Part 2. This weapon is estimated to have claimed hundreds of thousands, potentially up to 1 million lives. It caused the most devastation on the bloody front in China and during fierce Pacific jungle fighting. Beyond standard combat, it was widely used in atrocities against civilians in occupied territories, driving its body count to horrific numbers. Next up. No. 4. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 4. Soviet PPSH-41 submachine gun. Part 1. This legendary weapon was developed in response to the Finnish Suomi SMG. It was cheaply stamped from sheet metal, allowing for the mass production of millions of units. Its defining features were a massive 71-round drum magazine and a blistering rate of fire, spitting out up to 900 rounds per minute at the enemy. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. For PSH-41. Part 2. This gun is estimated to have claimed 500,000 to 800,000 lives. The Red Army equipped entire companies with it, making it devastatingly effective in the brutal urban warfare of Stalingrad and Berlin. At close range and in trenches, its relentless firepower wiped out entire German squads in seconds, changing the course of infantry battles. Next, the top 3. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 3. German MG42 machine gun. Part 1. Allies nicknamed it Hitler's buzzsaw because of its terrifying sound, which resembled a chainsaw. It fired at an incredible 1,200 to 1,500 rounds per minute. Stamped cheaply from sheet metal, it featured a genius quick-change barrel mechanism. This allowed crews to swap a hot barrel in seconds, maintaining a near-constant wall of fire. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 3. MG42. Part 2. This weapon is estimated to have claimed hundreds of thousands, possibly up to 1 million lives. It could wipe out entire advancing squads in seconds. It caused horrific casualties, most famously on the beaches of Normandy and during massive Soviet charges on the Eastern Front. It was easily the most feared infantry gun of its era. Next up, the final top 2. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 2. German Carabiner 98K. Part 1. This bolt-action rifle was the backbone of the Wehrmacht throughout the entire war, with over 14 million units produced. It represented German engineering at its absolute finest. Its smooth and reliable bolt-action design was so flawless that most modern bolt-action hunting rifles are still based on this exact mechanism today. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 2. Kar 98K. Part 2. This weapon claimed millions of lives, with estimates between 2.5 and 3.5 million casualties. It was used by German infantry to inflict the vast majority of Soviet combat deaths. Beyond the front lines, it was widely used in mass executions of hundreds of thousands of civilians and Jews in occupied territories, giving it an exceptionally dark history. Next up, the ultimate no. 1. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 1. Mosin-Nagant. Part 1. Designed in 1891, this Soviet bolt-action rifle was the standard weapon of the Red Army, with tens of millions produced. It was rugged, cheap, and brutally reliable. It worked flawlessly in freezing Siberian winters and thick mud where more complex weapons failed. Its exceptionally long barrel made it highly accurate over distance. Deadliest WW2 weapons. No. 1. Mosin-Nagant. Part 2. This firearm claimed the highest body count of the entire war, an estimated 3 to 4 million lives. Used on the bloodiest stage of World War II, the Eastern Front, it was the weapon of choice for history's deadliest snipers. Even the Finnish army used advanced, modified versions, like the Pistokorva, which sniper Simo He used to make military history. Series complete. There you have it, the top 10 deadliest weapons of World War II. From rugged bolt actions to Hitler's buzzsaws, each of these firearms left a dark mark on history, claiming millions of lives. Which of these weapons surprised you the most? Drop a comment below. If you enjoyed this series, please hit that like button, share it, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next military history videos. Thanks for watching.